It is that time of year again, guys, where the pumpkins start coming out and the nights start drawing in. So today I'm going to be showing you how you can create this beautiful autumnal themed look to your photos just using Lightroom Classic. And I'm going to start right now. Right guys, so the first thing you want to do is go ahead and choose a photo. So what I'm going to do is going to go ahead and use this photo here, which is a photo of a beautiful path in the autumn season. So what we're going to do is firstly go to our develop panel found on the top right hand side, and we're going to go ahead and drop down to our basics panel. So what I'm going to recommend doing is bringing up the exposure slightly, but bringing down the contrast. This will add a nice matte tone to the look, which I think really emphasizes the colors we'll add in later on. Bring down those highlights slightly. I would say bring up those shadows, bring down those whites ever so slightly, and bring up those blacks. Then I recommend adding in a little bit of texture, a little bit of clarity, and a little bit of dehaze. I also recommend going to the vibrant slider and bringing that up ever so slightly. Okay, so we're quickly done with the basics panel. Let's go ahead and move to the tone curve. Now what I recommend doing is bringing up the highlights ever so slightly, bringing down those shadows, then go to the blacks or output of 0 and making sure that output is higher than the input. So I recommend going for something that looks a little bit like this, and you can play around with it until you are happy. But we're going for an S-style curve falling into a matte effect found in the black tones. Then let's go ahead and move from tone curve to HSL color. Now let's start off with hue first. Let's go ahead over to the orange and bring those down to -20. Then go to the yellows here and go to -30. Then we're going to go to the greens, which is going to make our biggest change. We're going to do -60. Then what we're going to do is go to the aquas. We're also going to affect those. And we're going to do -20. And then the last thing we're going to affect is the blues, and we'll just do -10. And as you can see, we're bringing out more of those kind of warmer autumn colors that you can see in the photo. But we're also going to affect the saturation as well. We don't want as many greens and blues. So we're going to take out those just by going to the aquas. We're going to take those out by, let's say, -40, and we'll do the same with the blues. So we'll go to that, and we'll drop those down by -40. But we can leave the rest of the colors alone. So once we've finished with that, we're going to go to our color grading, basically our last one here. We're going to go to the shadows. We're going to add in some orange, because that's a very nice warm autumn color. We're going to add in 10% saturation there and leave the rest of the sliders. We're going to go to the midtones. We're going to do the same thing. Nice warm autumn colors. We'll add in 5% this time. And then lastly, we're going to go to those highlights, go over to the more autumn orange colors or yellow to red, really depending on what kind of look you're after. And we're going to go add in a little bit more saturation, around 5%. Now, something I like doing to my photos is adding in a small amount of vignetting. This is optional. What you could do is go down to your effects, go to your post-cropping vignette slider, and adding in a small amount there. I'm going to add in about -20 in this particular case. And as you can see, here is the before and here is the after. And write it down in the comments below if this particular effect worked for you.